Life's pause button. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, but the seventh day is the Sabbath of the Lord your God. In it you shall do no work, you nor your son, nor your daughter, nor your male servant, nor your female servant, nor your cattle, nor your stranger who is within your gates. For in 6 days the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea and all that is in them, and rested the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and hallowed it. Exodus 20, 8 through 11. At the apex of the first table, the commandments that show us how to relate to God, stands the Sabbath. It sits at the very heart of the moral law, both the poignant conclusion to the first table and a powerful segue into the second. It reminds us that before we can learn to properly relate to our fellow human beings, we must first learn to relate to the God who made us all. The 10 Commandments open with a reminder that to use our inborn desires for communion and worship by pursuing other gods is to waste them, for there are no other gods. The second reminds us that we are made in His image, not the other way around. We are not free to recreate God according to our own preferences, declaring Him to be what He is not, and reducing Him to less than He is. The third invites us to consider what it means to bear God's name, to use our lives to reflect His perfect character to the world. Then, once we have learned from the first 3, God pushes the pause button on the world and invites us into His presence, so that we have the time and space we need to truly understand who He is. He not only instructs us on the proper way to relate to Him, but He also carves out the time we need to both study and learn it. Come and rest in my presence, He is telling us, and consider what it means to be created and to have a loving Creator, what it means to be human and yet made in the image of God. Therefore, we finish each week in God's presence, taking our trials and the lessons of life directly to Him in the throne room. He gives us the space we need to consider who He is and who we ought to be, and He heals our hearts. Then, when the sun sinks below the horizon on Saturday night, we are prepared to re-enter the world and engage with the rest of humanity because we understand a little more of what it actually means to be human and keep the last 6.